Hello everyone, welcome to the series of C tutorials. In this presentation, we will be concentrating on functions. What is the need of function? A function could break up the software into smaller and more manageable units. Consequently, it improves readability and maintainability of programs. And code segment could be used repeatedly without creating a same block of statements again and again. Structure of a function, or we can call it as a syntax for defining a function. First, we will mention return type followed by function name. Within brackets, we are writing data type and argument name list. We could mention multiple data type and argument name list, then followed by block of statements with or without return value depending on what we mention at the beginning, and statements are enclosed within flower brackets, or we can call it as braces, with return value. In the main function, we defined a variable named x without any initialization. We are calling a function add and passing two integers 10 and 12. Here is the implementation of the function add. Return type is integer, name of the function is add. We got two pairs of data type and argument name list. We are returning a plus b. We are passing 10 and 12. The addition of 10 and 12 should be 22. We are storing the value 22 in the variable named x. Finally, we are printing the variable x without return value and using global variables. Global variables are accessible between functions invocation, and it's retain the value. Global variables are stored in separate part of RAM where the value is retained on function invocation. Here we defined a global variable named value. The initial value is 0. In the main function, we are calling a function increment. This is the implementation of function increment. This has got no return value, and we are incrementing the variable value by 1. Before the value was 0, now the value is 1. Now print the value of the variable value. The output should be 1. Yes, it is 1. Then again call the function increment. Go to increment function, increment the variable value and print the same. The value should become 2. The value is 2. Then again call the function increment. Go to increment the value of variable named value. Now the value should be 3. Yes, it is. Overheads. The concept of overheads becomes significant when we call a function within a function. This may slow down the program in embedded systems. We try to avoid function overheads. Program is running in a flow and we are calling a function which is stored somewhere else in the RAM. C has to go there, execute the block of statements, then again come back, follow the normal flow of execution of programs. This creates overhead. We try to minimize overheads while writing embedded systems application. Or we can use the simple concept called inline functions. Communication between functions, from calling function to called function. So what is calling function and called function? In the previous examples, we can see we are calling the function add. This becomes a calling function. The implementation becomes the called function. We can pass values from calling function to called functions by passing parameters from called function to calling function. We can use a return value, or we can use pointers to modify the value. Function prototype. Function prototypes are written above the main function, which are basically used to cross-check the data type in the argument list. If we don't mention function prototype before the main function, we might expect some unexpected results, or compiler may give a warning. You can practically check this. Here I commented out the function prototype. Now I try to compile and run the program. GCC name of the program. We got a warning. Now if I remove the comment and recompile the program, there is no warning. Both types are matched, the data types are matched, and there are no errors. Now we will run the program. I got the output 12. 10 plus 2 is 12. Function calling convention. We can only pass values between functions. We cannot pass reference directly. We have to circumvent a way to pass a reference by using pointers. Programmer can't change the value of any arguments passed to a function. That will get reflected in the calling function. What I meant to say is, in main function, we defined a variable named x and we have given the value 12. Here we are calling the function square and we are passing the variable x. The variable x is applicable only to the main function, which has got local scope. The reference of variable x here is different and the reference of variable x is different. Both have separate local scope for the variable. Here is an example to demonstrate how the values are stored in the RAM when we call functions and pass parameters. In the main function, we define two variables a and b, and we are calling function subtract, passing a and b as arguments. Now the program goes to function subtract and has its own argument list references, and the difference of y and z are stored in global variable result. This global variable is accessible both in subtract and in the main function. Finally, we are printing a, b and result. How this works in RAM, we will see in the next slide. First we define two variables a and b. The variable a is stored at address 9000 and variable b is stored at address 8996, and the global variable is stored somewhere else and the initial value is 0. We are calling function subtract and we are passing two arguments 10 and 3. This a and b and this z and y are stored separately in the RAM. They don't share the same address. Z is stored at address 7000 and y is stored at address 7996. For instance, we can assume that, and the return address. The difference of y and z is stored in the global variable result. Pass pointer as argument. Since we can only pass values from functions, there is a way to achieve passing a reference using a pointer. In the main function, we defined three variables a, b and result, and we are calling function subtract, and we are passing a, b and the address of the result. In the subtract function, we have three argument list: int x, int y, int z and int pointer result. In the body of the subtract function, we are dereferencing the result and storing the value, the difference of y and z. Now the difference of y and z is stored at result address. This is reflected and we can see the output here. 10 minus 3 is 7. What exactly happening is, first we defined three variables, a, b and result. Then we are passing three arguments in function subtract. First one is a, second is b, and we are passing the address of result. We are passing the address of result, that is 8992 for instance. That is stored in the variable result in the function subtract, the implementation of function subtract. Next, we are storing the contents of result with the difference of y and z. 10 minus 3, 7. We are storing at address 8992. The contents will be stored at the address 8992. Receiving arrays as arguments in a function. We can pass arrays to functions. One-dimensional array could be declared as a pointer or as an array. Either we can pass it as an array or as a pointer. In the first case, we are passing it as an array. In the second case, we are passing it as a pointer. Both are equivalent. When mentioning multidimensional array, the leftmost array index could be left empty, that is optional, and rest of the indexes should be mentioned. Function pointer, just like other variables, we can store functions in a pointer. This is an example to demonstrate the function pointer. Function pointer is defined in this fashion. Within the parenthesis, write the function pointer, the name of the function pointer. In the next parenthesis, write the data type argument list. If there exist three arguments, write the data type of three arguments. Now in the main function, we called a function named simple function, and we are passing the name of the function, that is the address of the function. Go to simple function. There is one argument, that is a function pointer. Then loop 5 times from I is equal to 0 to I is equal to 5. Call the function and pass the parameter. We are passing the value of I. Here we are calling the contents of the function, and we are passing the parameter I. The values of I we are passing to it on each iteration. Consequently, the print day function is called. This is the output. This video is presented by Avari Technologies. Please to hit subscribe button to get more content. Thank you.